Perhaps Sunday isn't a good day for a white wedding.
Oh, look what you did there, Carol. That, Billy, that was just for you. Oh. Carol doesn't divert from the script for anyone, OK? But Carol's giving the weather forecast there. And what did you say? It's the perfect day for a...
No, it's not a good day
not a
on
good
Sunday
day.
For a white wedding.
There you go. Well, Billy's going to change it all around for you, Carol. Don't you worry. Thanks very much.
Billy Idol's here with us on 7 this morning. How you doing?
Great, thank you. That's fantastic.
If you heard a distant kind of clinking of metal, it's because you are. There's a lot going on here. We've got the padlock on the shoulder. We've got the. And I'm not sure. We probably can't get a pic. Can we see the boots? Yeah, can we see that? Because the boots have got kind of studs on the front.
Yeah, they kind of, yeah.
Billy Idol.
They're pretty fabulous. There you go.
Boots on the table. I'm not sure if that's acceptable, but there you go. It's just happened.
Billy Idol, he gets to do whatever he wants, really.
How's things?
Fantastic. Yeah, we've been playing in South America and in Europe, and now, yeah, actually we're so played in as well because we've just, you know, out in the States, South America, Europe.
The phrase "played in" means you've had a run because presumably during the pandemic that you weren't performing.
Well, that's right. That's one of the songs we've got out on the KGP is exactly about that. That we're so held in that we almost made friends with our demons. You know, the zombies at the window. We sort of ended up all partying together. So it's
you strike me as the kind of person, and you tell me, who needs to perform. I mean, and without that, what are you like?
Well, one thing about it does kind of keep you young because you have to try and be younger up there to do it, you know. So in some ways, I would never have imagined that a million years ago that you have to be fit to be a singer too. So you do have to put back in, you know. Otherwise, you'd be up there going, I can't breathe. You know?
Is that because when you were younger, you'd think, oh, it's exhausting doing this. I won't be doing it when I'm older. And then now you're doing it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I couldn't
around.
imagine. You know, we started out, you know, in 1976. We just thought 6 months, a year, 2 years. You know, we weren't thinking long term at all. So the fact even getting here and yeah, you have to sort of do things like that, parcel out your energy and stuff. Yeah. Once you do that, it's fine.
1976.
Yeah, that's when started.
Because we had a little sort of sweepstake earlier on. I thought it was the very early 80s that you, but it was before that. Was it?
Well, I was in a group Generation X. Yeah. You know, the punk rock.
I think we can have a little look back now at some of the early stuff. Hope you don't mind.
Sure.
Go on then. Let's have a look.
Running from the ghost inside of me, heavy on my mind, still fighting in my sleep. See him all the time, you check onto my heart, down each and every road, no matter where I go, I'll be running from the ghost.
When I was younger and listened to you, I was scared of you.
Yeah, my girlfriend says that she was she's 47, so she's
same age.
She was growing up as a really little girl, going, I love Boy George, I was scared of you.
and you haven't kind of really changed that image now, talking about these ghosts and demons and.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, just sort of have to sing about what you know.
So when because you've got 2 granddaughters now.
Yeah, yes, Poppy Rebel and Mary Jane Rebel.
How old are they?
How old?
Well, Poppy's 2 and Mary Jane's just 10 months.
Rebel.
Yeah, that's when the mothers put. Yeah, Rebel.
Fabulous. So, when does your music become lullaby music for them?
Yeah, they really like. She loves running. Poppy loves Running from the Ghost. So that song you ended up playing at the end. It's all Halloween at the moment. So actually, it's a perfect song for Halloween.
Are you the kind of granddad who will dress up as a ghost or whatever? And
I expect so, yeah. I'm just going to get back there in time for it. But yes, last year she was actually she said she's going to be a butterfly, and then we asked her, well, what colour butterfly? And she said rainbow butterfly, and that's why not be a rainbow? If you can, why one colour when you can be? Actually,
let it run wild. Why not?
I've got this picture now. I mean, given what you're saying about people being scared of you, of an entirely different Billy Idol singing lullabies to his grandchildren. Do you feel yourself slipping into a different place because of time and?
Well, it's lovely because you do get to see the world through their eyes, and you know, instead of all the sort of adult stuff, you sort of see that you know, they're really enjoying life and how much they get excited about things, and so you get a fresh excitement from them. So it's actually fantastic.
Also, you've been quite ill. You had an MRSA, didn't you? You had
it took a bit to for about 4 months to defeat it, but I got rid of it. So.
Yeah. And well, how's your health now?
Great.
And how did it affect the voice? Did it?
No, not too much. It didn't. Well, it actually made it a tiny bit more croaky, but
Which you like?
Which, well, I can use it at times, as long as I can clean it up as well. So I don't know.
It's interesting. We often talk to older artists. I use that phrase very loosely about if their voices have changed over time. And so you were very young when you first started singing professionally, right? What, you 15, 16?
20, really.
20. Okay. Has it changed much?
It just gets deeper, really. That's what I asked this doctor once. You know, what's going to happen? He said, "I'll probably just get deeper." I mean, it's got a bit more. Just from screaming, shouting for years, kind of basically singing, shouting.
But that's probably not. That's maybe not a bad thing, given the style of music you perform.
It doesn't seem so far. No, it hasn't got in the way at all. So.
How do the crowds react? I know you've just come back from. You say you're in Germany, were you?
Yeah, and then before that, South America.
How do the different places? So South America, Billy Idol fans. What are they? How do they compare?
South America is like a football. There's a football game going on. They go crazy. But Germany, yeah, they're just as excited, you know. But it's just a different feeling. But they're just as into it, and just as the Germans are really into my music. So
does everyone come dressed up? Do they?
Yeah, some people come, with the hair and everything. So.
And across generations as well, because there'll be presumably the people who are there at the beginning in the early days, you know, the punk days.
Yeah, there are some young people there too. Yeah, I don't know if they're just coming with, you know, their parents or something, but there are some young people. So.
And in terms of like when you're appealing it, especially when you've kind of been doing it for 4 decades now, so you've got that fan base traditionally. How do you develop and not alienate that fan base? You know, what do you think about when you're writing, when you're performing now?
Well, there you go. That's one of the things. You'd sort of have to have one leg in the past a bit, but one leg going somewhere. Otherwise, you know, we don't want to stagnate. So you do need new music. So. But yeah, you want to find a way of somehow.
And what do you look at? Where do you take your influence from? Because you must be seeing new artists. You worked with Miley Cyrus recently, you
yes,
know.
I did. We did a song.
So, and it was like you talk about Elton John, who's always collaborating. You're doing similar things. How do you pick those you collaborate with, and kind of where do they grab your attention?
Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, that's one of the things we started to make some EPs so we could sort of try out different people to work with, and work with Sam put off by too much at all.
No,
I wouldn't imagine she
she's
was.
a sassy lady.
She was.
How do you find them? Like, what if you were to choose what you listen to? Say, you know, Billy Idol back home. Forget your music. Chilling out,
I checked out a load of new artists a year or so ago. You know, I went to see Post Malone. I liked some of what he did, and Pharrell, and obviously some Kanye stuff. And but there again, you know, what I really like is I listen to a lot of classic reggae. You know, roots reggae and old rock and roll and stuff. It's just that's
that's the heart of your music, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Even though we've got some techno in there, we can do electronic music, but a lot of it, the rock and roll spirit, has a lot to do with it.
For those that remember that, late 70s, early 80s, it was a funny old melting pot time of music, wasn't it? All different genres. Do you keep in touch with people from that time, other artists who are around then?
Yeah. You know, yes, I've seen quite a few people just lately. One way or another, Marco Peroni of the Adam and the Ants and people like that. You know, we all sort of know each other still. You know, and Steve Severin out of the Banshees, I'm in touch with.
Because there's quite a lot of interest now, isn't there? There are tours going on with 80s bands, you know, and they're getting back together and doing their thing.
Yeah, I expect there's a lot of that going on, because then they can play much bigger places if people join up. So.
And you're performing tonight?
Yeah, Manchester. Yeah, tonight.
So you're up quite. You wouldn't normally be up quite this early, I'm imagining.
Well, I'm still a tiny bit on South American LA time, so I don't know.
So what's the prep then for today ahead of the concert? Like, what you've left us, you go back, showing the voice,
I'll probably
relaxing.
have a bit of a sleep for a little bit, go back to sleep for a bit, and then
power nap.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
and feed out. Well, I hope it goes well tonight. Good luck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in early for us this morning.
Thank you. Great.
Billy's UK tour begins tonight in Manchester, as we were saying. His latest EP is called The Cage.
And if you can hear a kind of noise, it'll be Billy's
clinking.
Heels clicking as he leaves the room. Thanks very much, Billy.
Cheers.